I went mad after that. I really don't think them two are going to last. I just said to him, like, you better not let me down. Hi, I'm Tanyel and I'll be playing Spy in the Villa with Digital Spy. What do you think about Olivia kissing Maxwell? So it doesn't surprise me because I thought that she would sway. The only thing I am shocked by is that she would say that her and Kaya have got a real different connection and that it was worth him not leaving the villa and that it was more important than Spencer leaving because of how deep their connection was. Who do you think is most likely to recouple during Casa and More? I would say out of the girls, I'd probably say Tanya, possibly Liv. And with the boys, I think that, well, Will might. I'm a bit shocked now how he's been acting, but Will might. And who else do I feel like will? I don't feel like the boys will recouple as much as the girls will, but I could be wrong. If you could couple up with someone from a previous season of Love Island, who would you pick? I think I would have coupled up with Michael. He was quite good looking, really muscly, had a nice body, and he was quite cheeky, so I think, yeah, probably him. Was there anything from your time on the show you wish viewers had seen? Okay, so I had a really funny, bad argument with Ellie. I think it would have shown my more like fiery side. Probably, like, I literally had like word vomit. I could not help how I felt. Like, I honestly, just everything I felt, I said it. And yeah, I think it would have been nice for them to see like my fiery side and how, like, I've always been like direct and say it how it is, but I really said it how it was.
Can you share what the argument was coming from?
So we had an argument. It was not even between me and her to start with, but Shaq kept telling me that I was defending Ron, and him and Ellie and I think Jessie were all talking about Ron and saying how they don't agree with what he's doing, but really like putting him down. And all I said was, I wasn't even trying to defend him. I was just trying to say, like, why do you not care? It's not your business. Like, you should just invest your time in your own relationships and your energy into that rather than picking on someone else constantly. And everyone else started like just giving their 2 pence and just saying like, oh, you always defend him, this, that. And then I went on to then saying, no, actually, I've had my own private conversations with Ron when I tell him when he's right and I tell him when he's wrong. I've always been a really good friend to him, and I'll tell him I don't care if he's wrong, I'll say it. And Ellie decided to pipe up and get quite rude and question my loyalty, and I went mad after that. So no one can ever question my loyalty when it comes to my friends and family. Do you think Ron will stay faithful to Lana? When I left the villa, before I left, I literally had a conversation with him and I just said to him, like, you better not let me down because I have defended him so much. And obviously, where I knew, I felt anyway that them two would make a go of things, I always supported both of them and gave them, like, my honest opinion with everything, whether they were right or wrong. But I just feel like, I do really think that they're, like, feelings for each other are genuine, and because I think they are so genuine as people, I really hope that they work out. And I do think Ron won't let me down, or Lana, so he better do well and be faithful to her. Do you think Casey will go back to Claudia? I don't know. Yes and no, because I feel like they really actually liked each other. At the same time, did he just pick her because Lana didn't want him in the end and she was new in there? And I feel like that's the only person he got to know after that, because when Casey come into the villa, he only really gave his time to Lana. Like, he made it so obvious he was so not interested in anyone else. Whenever I'd walk past him, he'd literally be like, but whenever Lana would walk past him, he'd literally be staring at her like this. So he basically cut off all his other options in the villa, and then I feel like he only had Claudia to speak to when she come in, because he made it clear to everyone else that he only wanted Lana anyway. So I don't know. Who are the most compatible contestants currently? I'd say Ron and Lana, Sammy and Tom, and I did actually think before there was like disagreements and before Tanya stopped liking some of Shaq's ways, I did think that they were quite compatible, I've got to be honest. Because they were spending a lot of time together, like a lot of time together, more than any of the couples were in the villa. So I would have said them, but obviously not anymore. yeah, so I just picked them 2 couples. Who else? And also I would have said Will and Jessie, but now after what he's done, I really don't think them 2 are going to last. Would you have your eye on any of the Casa Amor boys? As you already know, I'm very fussy, so probably not. I think I'd be lying to you if I said I would. I feel like none of the personalities would have been cheeky enough for me. But yeah, no, I've really got to be honest, no. What advice would you give to someone who is heading into the Love Island villa? Right, so this is the advice I sort of told myself in there and kept like reminding myself. But I would just say, stay true to who you are, and honestly do not care about what anyone else will think of you, including the people in there. Like you should only care about your family and your friends, and obviously about upsetting people if you do anything wrong. But as long as you're staying true to yourself, you should not make decisions in the villa based on what you think other people are going to think or anything like that. Like as long as you're being real to yourself and being straight with people, then I think you're doing the best thing. Like, and if there's a problem in there or a disagreement, like I'd always say it straight to people. Just never speak about people behind their back. That's one thing I hate. What is your favourite memory from your time on Love Island? So I think my favourite memory is probably of how close me and Ron become. Our friendship was so like pure, and I've never trusted someone the way I trust him, like a male, because obviously men are really hard to trust, right? But I really trusted him, and he had my back, and it was just so nice to have like a bit of home with me in there. Who are you most excited to see after the show? Right, so there's only 3 people that I'd say I really, really, really love in there and trust, and that's Lana, Ron and Sammy, and I've always stuck by that and made it very obvious that I feel like they're true, real friends, and I can't wait to see them. What's the response been like since you've left the villa? I've honestly had such like good, like, I had literally no haters. My DMs are so nice. Like the people messaging me are so lovely. Wherever I go out, like everyone's like, oh my God, you've held yourself so well. Like you was a girl's girl. It's been really nice. And like, I don't know, it's just so sweet. Like that everyone's been so lovely and that they can see me for me. But yeah, I'm really happy. Have any Islanders from previous years reached out to you since you've left? Few have actually. I can't remember everyone's names right now. Faye did. And she sent me a really sweet message. It was actually really sweet of her. Coco has, and Amy Hart has, and I just thought it was just so nice because it's nice to have that support from someone who's been like through the same experience, and it's so nice when they're telling you like how well you've done and how supportive they are. I just think it's really sweet and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Digital Spy.